Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Married at First Sight, Season 17, Episode 16.
Listen here, I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment, thumbs up the video. We are 200 subscribers away from 1,000. 1,000 subscribers is our goal. And I think we could get there on this video. Now, Blair, she's my wife. She's back to review Married at First Sight after being gone for 2 episodes. You missed 2 episodes of Married at First Sight.
Hey, and thanks for all the well wishes, y'all.
And right now, I feel like we're 2 raging bulls trying to hurry up and trying to get our point off. So we're going to try to do our best to not talk over each other. But I might need 10 minutes to myself.
Okay.
You ready, Blair?
I'm ready.
Walk us through this.
Chloe and Michael are waking up. They are still at the honeymoon.
Yeah.
She feels more at ease this morning and feels that Michael has handled things really well. He's been very supportive, and he is really appreciative of her just expressing how she felt to him. He thinks that he's going to need her support when they transition to the shared space, and they both have been living on their own for quite some time, so they know it'll be a challenge trying to merge their lives together.
It seems like they're doing their best to try to make us care about Michael and Chloe. And guess what? They're failing. Okay? It's too late. A little too late for us. We are near the end of the season, and now they just moved into the apartment or about to move into the apartment together. They just got done with their honeymoon.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But let's go.
Becca and Austin are packing for the retreat.
Yeah.
Austin is hoping that is a relaxing vacation. And if not, if people are acting crazy, they can escape to their bedroom so they can do whatever they want. And they also are going to practice some of the things that Dr. Pia talked about. And then Becca jokes around saying like, yeah, we could get it in. And Austin says maybe. We will see.
Austin, look at me. Look at me, Austin.
He doesn't give us a definitive yes. I'll say it that way.
Say it, Austin. Say sex, Austin. Say sex, Austin.
Okay.
He don't say sex. If you pay attention to everything that he said throughout this season, he does not say sex. I don't know what his problem is, but it's giving off childish now. Every time I see him with that backwards hat, it's giving off childish now because he can't even say sex. He's not honest in saying he don't want to have sex. Now it's to the point where we're questioning your capabilities of having sex now. Now we're trying to diagnose the guy now.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't seem natural. This is not how natural adults act. This is not how natural married adults act at that. So Austin is giving off weird around the whole thing. I never seen a heel turn happen this fast to one person on the show.
Right.
At one point, we all was like, yeah, Austin don't like Becca. Yeah, Becca, he's not into you. Oh, Becca, stop trying to convert his religion and things like that. Now we're like, Austin, what's wrong with you, boy?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? How did you feel about this scene?
I just felt like it was more the same. Austin, I wish you would give us a more concrete answer, just not feeling it or the pressure of it. I can understand that can be a reason, but I need a little bit more. Like, do you think that you can't, get it up? Like, I mean, I just want to know, and I know maybe that's too detailed. Maybe he doesn't want to tell us that. Tell Becca so she can stop asking for it. Let us at least see that she, y'all have come to an agreement, and it seems that the pressure has gone down. The pressure is rising. The more and more y'all have the conversations, Becca is getting more and more direct. He's not even
giving false promises. Like it's weird. Usually they say sex starts in the beginning of the day. Yeah. Foreplay and things like that. Things that you have to do to basically get the engine going. He's not even playing around with at the retreat, I'm going to nail you to the bed. Or I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. He just basically like, well, we can work on that thing, Dr. P. It's sex. That's what it is.
That's what you're working on.
It's not that thing. It's not hopefully, maybe. He don't even say the word. Let's move on from him. Yeah. Because I have a lot more for him throughout the episode, so I don't want to give it all at this moment.
Right. Well, Claire's in the shared apartment recording herself. And telling us that she is going to be going to the couples retreat without Cameron because he's still healing. And she is happy that Cameron is prioritizing his health. She plans to embrace the retreat and have a fun time with the girls.
Claire, I hope you never mention Cam ever again out your mouth. And I see that the camera crew said, record with your phone. Okay? We ain't coming to the apartment to hear you talk to yourself about this relationship that it says under her name, Claire, separated from Cameron.
Yeah.
And we're not talking physically. This is what y'all agreed upon. So I heard you say Cam more times in the past 3 episodes than I ever heard you say that man's name when he was living with you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Mind you, they haven't even kissed. And she's talking about, I'm worried about Cam. I'm done with it. Let's move on.
Emily and Brennan are heading to the retreat.
Yeah.
Emily is ready to focus less on her and Brennan as a couple and focus more on everyone being together and having their last hurrah before decision day. She's hoping that Brennan realizes that he hasn't been putting forth any effort, so maybe he'll show some initiative, but she's not expecting it.
What did you think about her thinking and her plan to go into this retreat weekend?
I'm happy for Emily. I think this is the best comment she said all season. Stop focusing on Brennan because he's not focusing on you.
Facts.
Just have fun. Enjoy yourself.
Pastor Cal gonna be mad now because he told y'all, don't use that F word. You over here worried about your friends at the retreat. He said, don't. This is not friends at first sight.
Yes.
But I guess this is the corner that Emily was backed into.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, you might as well enjoy a free retreat before decision day, basically. Let's go.
On the ride there, Becca says she's most excited about sex and spending time with everyone. Austin is wondering if the house has bunk beds.
Say it, Austin. Say the word sex, Austin. Becca is definitely Becca is trying to. Let me speak from a guy's perspective for a minute, Blair.
Okay.
Right? When it comes to a guy, as a guy, you learn very, very, very quickly to deal with rejection. Most women never really deal with rejection, things like that. They don't know how to handle it. That's why most of the time you see the guy out there be the one that usually chase after the woman and things like that. You don't see a lot of women chase after the guy. Right? So in the process of rejection, guys deal with rejection even when they have the woman. Right? I have a wife, right? Just because she's my wife doesn't mean that she wants to have sex all the time. So even throughout our marriage, there's points to where, I want to have sex. She may not want to have sex. So I have to deal with rejection. There have never been a more greener light that I've seen in my life than Becca basically saying, I hope we have sex. For a guy, we're like, thank you. I don't have to deal with rejection in that. My ego don't have to be hurt in that. I just know I don't even have to try. The engine's already hot.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? I can just go in and do what I got to do. And Austin, bunk beds.
That just shows you just how opposite their minds are at this point.
No. I don't even want to include her. Becca, forgive me. It's to the point where he got me apologizing to this woman. Forgive me, Becca. You get what I'm saying? For basically saying Austin's not into you. You over here trying to put your religious values on him and things like that. I'm sorry you was paired with a weirdo. Austin is thinking about bunk beds.
Yeah.
Why? Y'all don't have bunk beds at the house. It's strange.
Yeah.
Why bunk beds? So you can sleep on the bottom, she can sleep on the top? Let's move on.
Emily is talking to Brennan on the way there.
Yeah.
And she says Orion and Chloe won't be here until Sunday. She actually meant Michael. Brennan and Emily are wondering how their honeymoon was going, and Brennan is looking forward to having fun and spending time with his friends.
Well,
Emily included.
Listen here.
Everybody there is his friend.
There's no point of even talking to the therapist or even the counselors anymore because Pastor Cal literally just said an episode ago, try not to focus on being friends, focus on being married. And literally the next episode, he's like, I can't wait to see my friends. And Emily, you're my friend too.
Yeah.
But Emily is just an associate. He don't think that woman's his friend.
No.
And things like that. He don't treat her that way. She said it.
I don't think he thinks the cast is his friend. He barely talked to them.
Whole time.
Well, Michael and Chloe get to the shared apartment. They are both feeling great about moving in. Yeah. They're checking things out. He gives her the side of the sink with more counter space, and she gives him the bigger closet. He asks her if she could add anything to the space, would it be? And she says really nothing. He starts going into about the canvas art he has at his house and all of the different ways that he would want to style the space. And Chloe, she is politely agreeing, but you can tell she seems a little bit drained or a little bit detached. And she lets us know that she's an introvert, and typically after a trip or a vacation, she'll go home and decompress and just be quiet. But she says, I guess we're decompressing together.
Yes.
And Michael's version of decompression is talking.
That is marriage, and that's marriage in a nutshell, Chloe. But I can understand the whole like Blair would consider herself an introvert, right? Yes. I'm more of an extrovert introvert. I'm like right in the middle and things like that. When Blair says she wants alone time, everybody leaves. I pack up my stuff to leave too. She said, "Oh no, not you."
Yeah,
Chris, you
He's
stay.
part of my introvert bubble.
I don't know how that works. You get what I'm saying? But it just seems like while Michael was talking, she was basically saying to herself, and maybe you can help me understand, that Michael just seems like a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it comes off to me as if he's not being genuine. It comes off to me as if he's trying to be a good husband. As in like, but not trying in a way of like effort, but like the camera's on, I'm going to be extra, extra nice. I'm going to be extra, extra considerate. I'm going to be extra, extra everything. We're going to have conversations even about the littlest thing because I want to show that I am trying to be a good husband besides him trying to be himself in like some way. But
and for me, I actually take that as Michael being genuine. I really believe he is who he shows himself to be, which is a lot in all areas.
Jesus.
I think he is just extreme with his fashion, eccentric with his way that he talks about things and how deep he gets into conversations, as well as maybe how kind he is. He might be on the extreme of kindness and showing that he's doing these things and providing these acts of service. So he seems like a lot, but I think that's in all areas. I don't think that he's putting on, as far as I can tell. I think Chloe has her representative out, and she's trying to be polite and as kind and calm as she can.
You think Chloe's like faking, like you think Chloe's like a mean person or something like that?
I don't think she's mean, but I don't think she's being relaxed and in conversation. She feels like a coworker. Like, this is how I am, but I'm kind of like sprucing it up a little bit because we don't know each other that well. So I'm trying to be as polite and careful with my words as possible. Okay.
Maybe because she like see Michael and she just like, ooh, I cannot decompress ever. You know what I mean? Because even because he seemed like the type of person to where if she was to say, I need to decompress for a little bit, and then that's when he'd be like, oh, okay, go ahead, and then she go lay down. But I feel like he's the type to come in the room with like put like an ice pack and be like, here's an ice pack for you. Like and then like he's still gonna be there. You know what I mean? Like, like I need alone time. Alone time. Let's move.
Well, Becca and Austin arrive to the house first. We find out that this is the house that belongs to a Broncos player, and Austin is very excited. Becca, not as much. No. Brennan and Emily arrive, and as soon as they walk into their room, Brennan says, all right, separate rooms?
What?
Emily says she's not surprised, and she doesn't plan to keep her hopes up.
That's weird because, well, not weird. That kind of confirms that I don't think they sleep together in the apartment.
I don't even know if they live in the apartment together.
Actually, since you say that, because my thinking is if my spouse is not going to stay here with me, I might as well go home.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they probably use that apartment just to shoot. That is... What did you think about that scene? Basically, you just like, it's Brennan. Of course, you expect it.
Yeah, I expect the worst.
But it's crazy because in my head, I'm like, in real life, we kind of see people kind of like put up a facade for at least their friends. Yeah. But that goes back to your point. You don't think Brennan really considers them as friends, so he don't care what they think if he says separate rooms and things like that.
I think he's just more so not trying to say anything mean. So he just doesn't say anything. But it just comes across as like, okay, you're just being an a-hole because you're not opening up.
But people are not going to see it weird or think of like, hey, why y'all in separate rooms? Y'all married. Yeah. He going to be like, we're friends. We're working. We had done a reset. Yes. Okay. Sure, Brennan.
Emily tells Becca that Brennan said the separate rooms comment, and they joke how Emily could use some luck, and Becca would really like to get lucky.
Well, I don't know if Becca's going to get lucky. Someone in our comments last episode said Austin seemed like he's allergic to all types of cats.
That was funny.
I'm like, that was actually a good comment. Yeah. A great comment.
Orion arrives, and he is wondering how receptive Lauren will be to having a conversation with him. He really wants to talk to her. He hasn't done so before because he doesn't know how to approach the conversation with her.
What do you think about Orion? Because you wasn't here the last 2 episodes. So when you saw Orion and Lauren show up at the wedding, what was your thoughts?
Number one, I'm tired of seeing Orion. I'm honestly tired of seeing the singles, but I guess we have to have a cast. Oh, yeah. But Orion, he tried to talk to Lauren. They had a nice pleasant conversation. He asked her if she wanted to, separate and kind of go into more depth of a conversation. And she said, no, I'm good. I'm good. I got what I needed. So at this point of him wanting more, I don't know what you want from this lady.
Yeah.
Y'all aren't together. You didn't want to be with her. You said you wanted to be her friend, but that's further down the road. But you don't contact her because you're saying you don't know how to approach the conversation. So leave her alone. Just leave her alone.
Here's the thing, to basically hit the nail on the head on everything you just said as well. It was Orion that asked for a divorce.
Yeah.
He was the one that had them call Pastor Kyle while they was on the honeymoon. He was the one that wouldn't move into the apartment. He's the one that basically disqualified both of them from the whole process before it even started, when they was basically telling him, hey, why don't you give it a chance? What does she have to do to basically give y'all a chance? Grace, those type of words. How is he allowed to still be on the show?
Good question.
He single-handedly nuked one of y'all castmates. So how does he still have an open door to your production?
Yeah.
That is strange to me. When y'all done everything yourself, when y'all did everything yourselves in production, I know that seems to sound kind of weird. It feels wrong. When y'all did everything to basically keep him there, he basically turned y'all nose into it. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But he still got an open door to like show up to the retreat, to the wedding. No. If I was part of production and things like that, I'd be like, no, Orion, you didn't want to be part of this process. And it's one thing if you didn't want to be part of the process 7 weeks in, 8 weeks in, on episode 10, 11, 12, and things like that. You decided not to be part of this process probably episode 4.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? No. You don't even have a quarter of episodes in the episode. You're good.
Yeah.
Stay out. That's my only problem with seeing Orion. I'm like, you don't get to choose when you get to walk in and walk out of our show. When you decided to walk out and nuke one of the couples all together. No. If Lauren want to show up, that's cool. But I don't see why Lauren would show up. But I'd rather have an open door for Lauren because she didn't decide on the divorce.
She was willing to do the work.
Exactly. So I'm like, Lauren could come through if she want to be with her friends. But not Orion. No, I ain't like that.
Yeah. Emily asked Orion if he and Lauren are on good terms. And he pretty much says they are. But he's hoping how things at the wedding are the same as the retreat. And he hopes that they just stay in a good, positive space. And he just is just a BSer in just everything he says. And I'm just like, he's talking about he hopes things don't get like out of pocket or whatever the case may be at the retreat. Why are you making it seem like Lauren is just this angry person? She has been very calm with you, and she has tried her best to be with you and stay with you. Yet you like to come out here and say, well, hopefully we can stay calm. Hopefully things can stay cool. Leave her alone.
We are divorced. I don't know what Emily means by where are y'all? We are divorced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We are where y'all about to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it is what
Your turn is coming.
Yes.
Okay. So Claire arrives. She feels bad about having fun while Cam is recovering from surgery. Gosh. So she wasn't sure at first about coming, but she thinks it'll be a great opportunity to see everyone and to have fun. So she has decided to come.
I don't even want to address her. Move on.
Yes. Lauren arrives. And since the wedding, Lauren and Orion haven't spoke. Yeah. Orion said that he wanted to be friends at the wedding, but friendship requires effort and he has not called, nor has he texted. She's frustrated that he spoke about friendship, but there is no follow through. Lauren is not looking for anything from Orion.
It sounded like when y'all was married. Remember when he would tell her one thing and basically I'm going to try and I forgive you and things like that. But then the next day he's like, I can't do this. And then that's when, he's basically like, let's talk. And then next thing you know, he sent a text saying, I want a divorce. Why would Lauren invest in anything Orion says?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fact that she's even being friendly with him makes me mad.
Yeah.
Well, not mad. I don't get that invested. But it makes me like Lauren, you ignoring him or not talking to him is not going to take away your good person points. Right. If you want to count it that way. You should, as she said in the conversation just now, he said he want all these things, but he don't put no effort. The same way as he did when y'all was married.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And basically made this big deal about who you slept with before you met him. This big deal about a mistake you made and things like that. But now he want to be my friend?
Yeah.
Come on now. Stop that.
Yes. Well, they are sitting down having dinner, and Lauren asks what everyone is looking forward to this weekend. Emily says that she booked some ATV rides for the friends, and Claire was thinking that she meant all of them, but Emily was like, no, for Brennan.
Claire.
She's like, for all of us? No, Claire, this is a couples retreat.
You're by yourself. Okay? Come up with your own events.
Exactly. Claire said that this retreat is good for self-growth, and the reality, it's not how she expected it would be, but she is going to take this time for personal growth.
Okay.
Lauren decided to come in the spirit of healing. She was hesitant to come because she didn't see the benefit of attending the couples retreat, if not focusing on strengthening a couple relationship. Yeah. Lauren, you were right on the nose. You shouldn't have come.
You shouldn't have came.
You shouldn't have let Claire drag you in here, because at the end of the conversation, you was like, well, I'm actually here for you, talking to Claire.
Yeah.
Claire, you should not be there either.
Whole time.
Anyway, so Claire is happy that Orion and Lauren are here.
Why?
Lauren said that she came for Claire.
True.
Orion says that he's proud about where they both are at. He's looking to turn the page on everything and open a different narrative.
No. We're not doing that, buddy. We seen how you acted. We're not changing the narrative. We're not changing the narrative. You was a straight butthole. You know what I'm saying? There is no change. See, he want us to basically at the end of the season see them basically put their arms around each other, hug, and basically like she basically gives him she takes the weight off of him ruining the marriage and things like that. No. You're going to wear that, buddy.
Yeah.
We're going to remember you as the guy that basically took something that was a mistake, and you basically represented your people and said that I can't be with this person because she offended all of us. So guess what? You go wear it.
Exactly.
You go wear it.
Lauren is tired of getting her hopes up with Orion. He says stuff to save face in front of everyone.
Come on.
Orion tells her that he is happy she is there, and she says she is happy to be seen.
I'm happy to be seen.
And I said, absolutely.
Go ahead.
Because I ain't happy to see Orion either. Exactly.
It's just like Lauren knows this guy better than anybody. She's like, look, he says a lot of things for the people.
A lot of sweet nothings.
Yeah, exactly.
Empty everything.
He says a lot of things in front of the people, but he ain't for the people.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't. Listen, he's a liar. That's basically her nice way of saying he's a liar. Don't fall for this.
Yeah.
Continue.
Everyone's going to bed. Becca and Austin kiss goodnight. They start to cuddle. An hour later, he gets up, takes his pillow and his blankie, and he goes to sleep in the big bedroom. He had said earlier before that he wanted to sleep in the football player's bed. So I guess that's where he went. He said that she can sleep in the big bedroom if she wanted to. She asked if they were going to get into the sex, and he stood in the doorway and said, I don't know. And it didn't feel inviting to Becca. She tried to say he was drunk, but usually when people are a little liquored up, they're a little freer. And he seemed even more closed off to the point that he left the room.
What are your thoughts about that scene, Blair?
I think Austin is just being weird. Why can't you sleep in the bed with your wife? If you wanted to stay in that room of the football players, master suite or whatever, then why didn't y'all just pick that room? It's just all very odd. It's all very odd. It doesn't make sense, and he does not do a great job of explaining himself.
Austin, they are saying you are a homosexual.
Which is nothing wrong.
What is wrong with that is that you're lying to this woman.
Yeah, you're married to this woman. If that's the case.
If that's the case. If I'm your lawyer, how do I defend you in front of the jury? In front of the subscribers that we have? You get what I'm saying? How do I defend you being in bed with your wife? You know what she's been talking about all day. You get what I'm saying? Like, hey, baby, how are you? Sex. Okay. What you hungry for? Sex. Okay. You want any activities you want to do? Sex. Right? And it's time for bed. Right? And he has his little T-shirt on. The only time he don't have his hat on, it seemed like, And he kissed his wife, and then he turns his back to her to go to sleep. And then an hour later, we see him with the blanket, or as you say, the blankie, walking down with the hat on. He didn't forget his hat. And he's basically like, hey, I'm going in the master suite. If you want to come, you could come. What are you talking about? Like, Austin, say it. Say sex, Austin. Say the word sex, Austin. Austin doesn't say those words. So when she says, Because her specific words were, he said, you could come if you want. And she said, are we going to do something?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what he thought the something was. And he was like, I don't know.
Good night, Austin.
Go be in a football player's bed and stuff like that. You rather be in his bed than be in the bed with me. You get what I'm saying? Continue, Blair.
Michael wakes Chloe up with coffee.
Oh my goodness, she was trying to decompress.
Here you go.
Exactly.
Rubbing on her back.
Exactly. Woke up and everything.
Like, I know this your morning routine. I remember when you said, he was like, yeah, when I wake up.
Yes. Like, don't wake me up before my morning routine. Like, my morning routine starts with my eyes open. Don't open my eyes for me, okay? That I was like, oh my God, Chloe, you in for it, baby.
Yeah. Well, Chloe said that she was overwhelmed yesterday with moving in. A good night's rest has her feeling happy, peaceful, and hopeful.
Yeah.
Michael says that he might look like Iron Man, but he feels the overwhelming nature of it as well.
No one thought it was Iron Man, right?
Chloe feels that Michael is a perfect match, and he has been very supportive. They're going to see each other's homes today, and he knows his spot might be a bit unorganized in comparison to her minimalist ways.
Yeah. Look, even though I joked around with it, I'm serious. I don't want to disqualify his efforts of trying to be nice. You get what I'm saying? He's doing
a lot better than everybody else.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. Throughout this season, I can't now go completely the other side of the spectrum and be like, oh, he's too nice and he's doing too much, when we've seen guys literally do nothing throughout this whole season.
It's actually nice.
Yeah, so like it's a good balance to have guys that do absolutely nothing and maybe a guy that's doing a little bit too much. It brings us right. It averages out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Lauren and Claire, they go to play basketball. Claire says that it's healing and freeing being there by herself. You could have just been at home, went to a park by your house. I don't know why. It's freeing being there by yourself, but whatever. She would like to have a conversation with Cameron. It seems that when he goes through things, he wants to be alone. And she is taking it personal because she wishes that he'd lean on her, but knows that people process things differently, and he might just want to go through this by himself.
Is Claire gaslighting me?
I'm like, Claire, I don't even think he's going through it by himself. He don't want to go through it with you. Y'all are not together. Why are you bothering this man?
I feel like she gaslighting me. I don't like being gaslit. Because most of the time, what do I always say? The person that gaslighting you believe that you're stupid.
Yeah.
And I think she's calling me stupid.
She's coming into our house.
And calling this black man.
Calling you stupid.
Stupid.
That's a shame.
Claire, what do you mean you want him to lean on you? Be careful of people like that. Because they only want it for self-glory. She don't want him to lean on her to quote-unquote support him. The same way as Orion's trying to change the narrative, she's trying to change the narrative. Oh, look how good I was while his chest was hurting.
I was so worried.
I was a good wife even though he wanted to separate. You get what I'm saying? It's for self-glory and self-praise. It's not to actually benefit him. Because he told you what would benefit him. And that is to not call me, don't say nothing to me, don't come around me. You get what I'm saying? So those are the things that will help him.
Yes.
And you are basically don't want to do any of those things because you're like, how did that make me look good though?
Yeah.
I gotta be okay. I'm gonna do those things, but when the camera's on me, I'm gonna come off as a concerned wife.
Yes.
No, Claire, I'm not buying it. Sorry, honey, I'm not buying it.
Yeah. Lauren thinks that they can grow a lot from this process, and it feels good to her being there as well, but it's also weird.
It is weird, Lauren.
When Orion addresses her in front of everyone, it feels weird. Claire says that she feels it too, and Lauren is on the fence about talking to Orion. When she talks to him, she always leaves the conversation confused, and she feels it's a lost cause because she's not interested in a friendship with him and doesn't know what she would gain from a conversation with him.
Facts, preach. I mean, like, you hit it perfectly. What is there for me to say about that scene?
Exactly, Lauren. Go with your gut. Don't be confused. Don't allow him to confuse you.
Facts.
There is nothing good going to come from a conversation with Orion, so keep on doing what you've been doing. All right. Chloe shows Michael her apartment first.
Yeah.
Michael says that she actually has some nice decorative accents.
Yeah.
We learned she was part of a boxing fitness class. Michael helps her put the duvet on her comforter, and he also tries on her pearl necklace.
Stop right there, my love.
Yes.
Why are you trying on this woman's stuff? That's what I mean when I'm like, Michael, what what are you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? I would say this. Let me talk about Chloe for a little bit. I think she kind of overstated herself being a minimalist. I know real minimalists. And I'm not trying to say she's a fake minimalist. She has more than
a typical minimalist.
Like she has, like you saw, like the pineapple and a globe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you have things that like decorative stuff in your house.
Yeah, and even her closet was like that of a normal closet.
Yeah, I'm like,
it wasn't like a capsule closet like people do.
Like exactly, you don't have like 30 outfits for 30 days. You get what I'm saying? Michael, stop trying on women's stuff, because while you was doing that, I don't know if you was paying attention to your wife's face, but she looked disgusted.
Yes, to the point. She didn't really want to look at you.
No, exactly. She was
looking down.
He was like, how do I look? She was like, good.
And I'm Michael over here.
Yeah,
and doing what she do?
She was like, good. You look, it fits you. You can, because
you can't even see me though.
Because he took it too far. He was like, like maybe I could borrow it. Listen, she's a minimalist. She probably only got like 4 jewelry pieces, and you come to my house basically taking my stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It just seems like he wasn't reading the room, and she looked uncomfortable.
Yes, to
say the least.
Yeah. Chloe never has entertained a man who leaned into his femininity.
Now stop right there.
Much?
That's cold words. Let's debunker those words. She's being polite. That goes to your point of the whole thing of Chloe's putting on that coworker. She never been with a man that basically embrace his feminine side. Women wouldn't describe a man with a feminine side.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That's not a pro.
Yeah.
The fact that she said, I never been with a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That basically,
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? And go ahead, Blair.
She's taking it one day at a time. And he says that he might have to start borrowing her stuff. Since, you borrow my stuff. You wore my jacket.
Because it's the same, right? Listen here. She is speaking so much code. She's like, and I have to take it one day at a time.
Yes.
Because he's embracing his feminine side. I don't know what's up with the men on this season, but boy, y'all did something this season with this. You got the men who don't want to sleep with the women, the men who don't want to be in the same apartment as the women, and the men who want to wear the women's clothes on this season. What is going on? Y'all did something with the matchmaking on this season, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Next, we go to Michael's house, and he shows Chloe how to greet his dog. He also has a cat. Chloe's puppies are staying with her cousin, so she's excited about his pets coming to their new place. He has an arcade in his apartment, like a little, what you call it, like Pac-Man looking game system, whatever. And his closet is full, but it was actually pretty organized. Okay. And he's going to bring some additional coats, but he wants her to wear it. And she tried something on, and he goes into a spiel about how he wouldn't have paired this with that, but it actually looked really good. And she has style and all this type of stuff. And Michael thinks that she has been very accepting of what he likes to wear. And he pulls out a couple of skirts to bring to the shared apartment as well.
He pulled out some what shirts?
Skirts.
As is SHIRTS.
As in like a kilt.
Oh, but he's not from there.
No.
So
they are skirts.
They are skirts.
Yes.
Listen here. Chloe is being so passive aggressive.
She says she never thought she'd be married to a man who owns more skirts than she does.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. She's talking about you, brother. She even talked to the cat and say, oh, look, your father wears skirts. And my necklace. Okay, sure. We go get back to it because I got a whole allegory or whatever you want to call it when Pastor Carol meet with them.
All right.
Let's go.
Becca felt defeated and rejected when, what's that man name? Austin spent the night in the other room.
Of course.
He apologized and she accepted his apology.
Why?
They go to this spa that I consider an odd spa. They are welcomed into the sauna by a man wearing a funny hat, and then they have to put on these funny hats, and they are getting beat with bushes. And then they go into an ice bath. Then they end up with traditional massages. Becca says that it felt very intimate and asks if it felt that way for him. And he says very. They agree to push through and figure things out together, and they cheers to marriage and a lifetime of massages together.
What was weird about it for you, Blair?
Austin seemed more excited by meeting this man.
Go ahead.
Who popped out the sauna with a hat.
Come on.
to the point where he said, "Can I get a cool hat?"
Blair, say it.
And Becca is sitting on the side while the man is beating Austin's back with the bushes.
Come on now.
And it seemed like he was having a great time.
Come on now.
Greater time than he's ever had with Becca. So
Austin,
he did not seem uncomfortable with that type of touch and play at all. He was into it.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
You said a lot.
That's all
Listen here, Austin, you're weird. Becca, you shouldn't forgive him. Okay? Because, like, now forgiveness, or when someone asks for forgiveness, let me not talk about forgiveness. The person who asks for forgiveness, usually they ask and they basically reinforce that apology with changed behavior.
Yeah.
Austin just been asking for forgiveness every episode whenever they don't have sex. But it's the same behavior. So at some point, you just got to be like, I don't forgive you because I don't believe that you have changed behavior.
Yeah.
You keep saying that, like, oh, sorry, but you literally got up. I told you in the therapy that, like, it feels, I feel rejected when I come on to you. I never had to come on to a guy and, like, he, like, push me off or tell me no. You literally got up from your bed and went to another bed as if your name was Brennan. Your name Austin.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? How is she supposed to feel about that? Usually when something that drastic happens between marriage couples or things like that, a big gesture got to be made more than just say, hey, sorry about that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, Austin, I'm off you completely, brother.
Michael asked Chloe when he can borrow the earrings that she's wearing for the day.
You ain't give me no heads up or nothing that like we back at the sea.
Yeah. Well, she says, you can have one right now. She's about to take it off. And he says, not both, just one. And, they're yours for the day. So another day.
No, Michael, what are you doing?
I wish he would just go get his own jewelry. If he likes something, just ask her, hey, I like this piece of jewelry. Where do you purchase your jewelry from? Even that's better than trying to put on all her stuff.
Question. Did I mishear? Was he already wearing like a gold necklace of hers or like was that his necklaces?
I think that was his necklace.
Okay. Like the whole thing, like it came off as if trying to make conversation out of nothing. And now it's just weird as to where like you're asking this woman who has the earrings on, by the way. These are not earrings that just like in her jewelry box. She has it on and he's asking to just borrow it. And I'm like, does he think that's funny?
Yeah, part of me feels like maybe he's trying to like push the envelope or, some people like do little weird stuff to get reactions from people. I don't know if he's trying to get a reaction, but
he's getting a reaction
that he seems like he's ignoring because every time he does it, like her face squinches up like, what the hell are you talking about? Exactly. So, but maybe this is where Chloe needs to be a little bit more vocal about the fact that this is just odd.
Like, hey,
yeah,
stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you want to wear cool jewelry, whatever, that's fine. But don't be asking about my stuff. Like, it just makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they are meeting with Pastor Cal.
Yeah.
Pastor Cal arrives and tells them that they look great together. He's glad that they had a chance to get together and really do well. Chloe doesn't know if 2 years ago she would have had the strength to marry a stranger, let alone this kind of stranger. She says that he's been trying on some of my jewelry.
Wait, stop. Stop right there. Y'all need to really I am decoding what she's talking about. Michael has made her coffee. Michael has been there for her emotionally. Michael has been there to help her physically get over her fears and things of that nature. And the first thing that she brings up in support of them picking this spouse for her is he wants to wear my jewelry.
Right.
Do like you understand the blurred lines she's doing right there and things like that?
Absolutely.
The things she chooses to highlight about all the things that she was thankful about Michael for, she chooses to highlight this guy may be a little feminine that y'all picked for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Go ahead.
And even during the conversation, Pastor Cal kept saying, this type of stranger. So Pastor Cal knows he's a little to the left. You know what I'm saying? So Michael says that, she wore my stuff during the retreat.
Okay.
And Chloe says, look, she's not used to a man wearing her earrings. It's not that... she's just saying it's just vastly different from any other man that she's dated.
Yes.
And it's new territory for him, leaning into his femininity this much.
Mm-hmm.
Pastor Cal says that it's a shame traits that involve nurture and care are equated to femininity.
Mm-hmm.
But Pastor Cal also says, well, tell him how you really feel about it. Are you okay with that, him wearing your stuff? Is that fine with you? If it's not, that's fine. And even Michael says, like, yeah, that would be fine.
Michael, what?
Michael,
you've been asking.
I feel like you should just know not to do that.
Exactly.
I think you should just know that. Chloe says that she asked for a man with a heart of gold. Mm-hmm. That matters more to her than any type of physical expression. And if she's going to find what she wants in a more feminine man, then she's going to just try it and see how it works.
Michael, if I was you, boy, I'd be so offended throughout this whole conversation. Cause the one thing she chose to highlight, that's the thing about it. You remember, you gave her a morning routine. You gave her your sweater, as you like to point that out, and to equal that to you wearing skirts and jewelry and things like that.
Right.
You helped her with the rock climbing, with fears. You asked, hey, what does support look to you? Deep type of conversations to make her feel special, to make her feel open and things like that, to make her feel safe. You even told her, hey, you know what you should do? Don't think about me right now. I'm good. Think about yourself. Be selfish. Things that I would think that she would take to the experts and be like, he's so open. He's so nice. He's so selfless. He is so encouraging. He has been actually a stronghold in this relationship more than I have been in this relationship. But the thing she chose to is, y'all got me a man that want to wear my earrings. Mm-hmm. Y'all got me a man that want to wear my pearl necklace. Yeah. My grandmama got me that necklace. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got me a man that want to wear my... It just comes off as if it's an issue, right? But she's like, but his heart is good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay, listen here. You can try to do whatever you want and try to color it over, but it's an issue for you. Right. It's an issue for you. Go ahead.
Pastor Cal asked about their emotional connection. Yeah. Chloe thinks the emotional connection is building and they are getting some strong momentum going. Facts. Michael agrees that, he wants her because Pastor Cal says it's okay to want each other, to be intimate with each other. Y'all are married.
Say what he said specifically, because this is the point that I need to highlight.
It's okay for y'all to have sex. Y'all are married.
That's what I want to touch on this episode. Yes. Everybody on this show have not had sex to our knowing. Mm-hmm. Brennan, Emily, Austin, Becca for sure. Yeah. Claire, Cam, and as far as we know, Orion and Lauren, even if they did, their relationship was nuked in the beginning of the whole series, right? He's basically came there. Remember, Pastor Cal come there to protect the integrity of the show. He came there to basically be like, we need a couple on this show to have sex. Will this be, and the reason why I wanted you to say that, because I wanted to ask you for your knowledge, Blair. Would this be the first season where no couple have sex?
Yes.
Come on now. Yes. This will be the first season out of all the seasons where none of the couples had sex. Yes. That's wild when you think about it. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Yeah. So he was basically sent there, in my opinion, to say, hey, it's okay if y'all have sex. Okay. That's what he wanted to make sure that he was like, okay, the feminine energy, like, you still like him, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. You like him? Okay. Have sex, please. We cannot solidify this being the worst season by having no one on this cast have sex to consummate their marriage. Mm-hmm. That's all I wanted to say. I've been waiting 42 minutes to say that little thing.
Yeah. Michael says in the hierarchy of things, the emotional element wrapped into the physical is important. Yeah. And the emotional connection prior to physical intimacy is important for Chloe as well.
What did you think about that whole conversation so far?
I just wish Chloe would be a little bit more raw and real. I understand that she's trying to be as polite as she can, and she probably is trying to get over the fact of how feminine he is. I think she's honestly trying to be like, okay, what I did for me before didn't work, so let me give this guy a really good, honest try. And I think she's trying, but I think it is an issue. Yeah. And I think for her to say it's an issue that I'm working through would be nice to hear. Yeah. Yeah.
I think for men, if I were to give my opinion, I think it's easy, like, you know how men is supposed to be masculine, but there are men who are not masculine, but at the same time they're not feminine either, though. Right. You get what I'm saying? They're like right there, the neutral, basically, like, I'm not the manly man, but at the same time I'm not feminine. I think to your point, you are right about how he's leaning towards femininity, not so much of not his masculine way. You get what I'm saying? So I think she do have a problem.
Cal's, and we talked about the sex thing. Yeah. So Brennan and Emily go ATV riding. Yeah. Brennan keeps saying that they are working on their friendship, and he is looking forward to doing more adventuring together. Okay. Emily's ACV flipped, and it wasn't really that far into their trip.
No.
And she had all this blood gushing out of her head, and she gets taken away by an ambulance. And Brennan was there to hold her hand and try to be supportive for her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, we know Emily's okay based on what we've seen on the after party and things like that.
Yeah.
One thing I will point out, but I was going to say it, but I changed my mind because she crashed, right? I would think that it would be the instructor in the front, the woman in the middle, and the guy at the end of the line.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? To make sure that like she's not left behind and things like that. That's usually how I would do it. To where it's like, okay, we put the woman in the middle and the guys in the back. But she crashed. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, thankfully, no one else was hurt. Thankfully, she wasn't so much hurt based on what we seen in the after party and things like that. Like, she looked like she don't have no scarring on her face and things like that. Yeah. And one thing you taught me while watching the show, you said the skull bleeds a lot.
Oh, the scalp.
The scalp bleeds a lot and things like that. So it could be just a gash or a cut, and just because it's the scalp is going to bleed a lot.
But it's good they're taking her in, making sure, she doesn't have a concussion and all that good. Not good stuff, but
no, it's good that good that it wasn't just them riding.
Right.
And then, like, I actually got to leave you in the snow and be like, help. You know what I mean? So anything else you thought about this episode? This episode was actually pretty good, in my opinion, when it comes to reviewing the show.
Basically, our review was good.
No, look, I'm not going to lie to you. I watched the show now to see what can I highlight for y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not so much to be entertained, because I'm not entertained by this season.
Yeah.
But I'm entertained to talk about how much I'm not entertained by this season.
And the conversations we have with y'all are good. I like the comments, like the one about Austin not liking any type of cat. I was like, that's hilarious.
Shout out to her.
That's hilarious.
Shout out to her. I don't have your name off the top of my head, but I know exactly who you are. You should give me my props for not saying continue every time Blair got done saying her part and things like that. I intentionally kept that in mind. Okay?
He thought of you.
I thought of you. Anything else on this episode, Blair, that you like to share?
That's all I got.
Make sure y'all be good. Make sure y'all thumbs up this video, subscribe, like, comment. I want to read some comments. Y'all be good.
Bye.